And is sacrifice a voluntary act, or should it be demanded from people?
Both. It's both voluntary. I mean, when you employ people to work for you, and you have a workforce that insists on working to rule and time, sometimes things can go wrong. An instance is what I have given you in the medical profession. It also happens in the pastoral field. You and I know that preaching drains you very emotionally. Sometimes people don't see it. But if you preach for, say, 30, 45 minutes and you are done, you feel very emotionally drained. And then after the service, somebody accosts you and has a burning issue for which some pastoral intervention like prayer is needed. In those kinds of situations, as I'm trying to speak from, explain from the viewpoint of Jesus, you go the extra mile. If you ask me, we've just gone through the Easter period, Good Friday and the Resurrection Sunday. That is precisely the lesson that Jesus sought to teach his disciples as a result of the question that James and John asked. They asked to share in the glory of Jesus. And Jesus brought the disciples together and he said to them that I am among you as one who serves. And I came not to be served, but to serve. And then he used a word there. He says, to give my life as a ransom for many. And so each of us, especially those of us who bear the identity of Christ, are also required, whether in the public workplace or within the context of the Christian community, we are supposed to engage in all kinds of sacrifices. So I said both, it is both demanded and also voluntary, in the sense that if you are a person of faith, then the demands of your faith require that you sacrifice. This was so important for Jesus that on the eve of his crucifixion, he also washed the feet of his disciples, just to reinforce the point he had made to them about self-denial. And you know, from the viewpoint of the Bible, that what Jesus did that evening was something reserved for slaves and servants, the non-entities in the home. And so when suddenly Jesus got up from the table, took off his outer clothes, put a towel around his waist, and started to wash the feet of the disciples, they were shocked to the core. Peter was so shocked, if you remember, that he said he wasn't going to allow his master to wash his feet. That's how seriously God takes sacrifice, and did go the extra mile, even to allow himself to die on the cross like a common criminal. So if I'm speaking as a person of faith, sacrifice is a core ingredient of what we profess. And when you see, you encounter a Christian anywhere, one of the things that you want to see as a mark of the fruit of the Spirit is somebody who does things without counting the cost. Those who don't want to sacrifice always will ask, what is in it for me? Those who understand their Christian life as a calling will always think in terms of, how may I help?